The school auditorium buzzed with chatter as students settled into their seats, unaware of the moment that would soon leave them speechless. Among them was Emily, a quiet girl often overlooked by her peers. She had been asked to sing as part of a talent show, but whispers suggested it was meant to be a joke. Emily, however, clutched the microphone with quiet determination, her heart pounding as the spotlight found her. The room fell silent, curiosity mingling with anticipation. Then she began to sing, and within seconds the atmosphere shifted entirely. Her voice, soft at first, quickly swelled into a powerful melody that filled every corner of the auditorium. The notes were flawless, carrying emotion so raw that they seemed to touch the souls of everyone present. Students exchanged glances, their smirks fading into awe. Teachers leaned forward, their pens forgotten. Emily's performance was nothing short of breathtaking, a stark contrast to the ridicule some had expected. It was as if the universe had conspired to reveal her hidden gift at that very moment. The song she chose was a classic, one that demanded both technical skill and deep emotional resonance. Emily delivered it effortlessly, her voice rising and falling with perfect control. The lyrics spoke of resilience and hope, themes that resonated deeply with her own life. As she sang, her confidence grew, and her presence commanded the room. No one dared to whisper or laugh now. They were too captivated by the beauty unfolding before them. By the chorus, tears glistened in the eyes of many audience members. Emily's voice had a purity that cut through the noise of everyday life, reminding everyone of the power of music to heal and inspire. The teachers, who had initially been skeptical, now watched with pride. Even the students, who had orchestrated the so-called joke, felt a pang of guilt, realizing how wrong they had been. Emily wasn't the punchline, she was the star. As the final notes of the song lingered in the air, the room remained silent for a heartbeat longer. Then, thunderous applause erupted, shaking the walls of the auditorium. Students jumped to their feet, cheering and clapping as if they'd witnessed something extraordinary, because they had. Emily, her cheeks flushed with emotion, gave a small, humble bow. The standing ovation continued, a testament to the undeniable talent she had just revealed. Backstage, Emily's closest friend, Sarah, rushed to hug her, tears streaming down her face. "I always knew you had this in you," she whispered. Emily smiled, still trembling from the adrenaline. Meanwhile, the school's music teacher, Mr. Thompson, approached with a look of amazement. "Emily," he said, "that was one of the most stunning performances I've ever heard. Have you been training?" She shook her head shyly, admitting she'd only ever sung alone in her room. News of Emily's performance spread like wildfire through the school. By the next day, everyone was talking about the girl who had silenced the auditorium with her voice. The students who had initially mocked her now approached her with apologies and admiration. Emily accepted their words graciously, holding no bitterness. She understood that sometimes people don't see the potential in others until it's undeniable. The school principal, Mrs. Carter, called Emily into her office to commend her. "You've not only showcased incredible talent, but also taught this school a valuable lesson about judging others," she said. Emily nodded, grateful for the recognition. Mrs. Carter went on to offer her a spot in the school's advanced choir and promised to connect her with local music programs. For the first time, Emily felt seen, not as the quiet girl, but as someone with a gift to share. At home, Emily's parents watched the video of her performance, their eyes filled with pride. Her mother, who had always encouraged her to sing, wiped away tears. "I told you your voice was special," she said, hugging Emily tightly. Her father, usually reserved, couldn't stop smiling. That night, the family celebrated with a small dinner, savoring the joy of Emily's triumph. It was a turning point, not just for her, but for everyone who had witnessed her moment in the spotlight. In the weeks that followed, Emily's life changed in ways she hadn't imagined. She joined the advanced choir, where her talent flourished under Mr. Thompson's guidance. The other choir members, once strangers, became her friends and supporters. The school's atmosphere shifted too, with fewer jokes at others' expense, and a newfound appreciation for hidden talents. Emily's performance had sparked a ripple effect of kindness and respect. One afternoon, a local news reporter visited the school to interview Emily. Her story had touched a chord in the community, and people wanted to hear more about the girl who had defied expectations. Emily, though nervous, spoke eloquently about her love for music and the importance of giving everyone a chance. The interview aired that evening, inspiring viewers far beyond her town. Emails and messages poured in from strangers who had been moved by her story. Some shared their own experiences of being underestimated, while others offered opportunities, music scholarships, invitations to perform, and even mentorship from established artists. Emily was overwhelmed but grateful, realizing her voice had become a beacon of hope for others. With her parents' support, Emily began attending weekend workshops at a prestigious music academy. There she met other young talents and learned from professionals who recognized her potential. Each session pushed her to grow, and her confidence soared. She started writing her own songs, pouring her emotions into lyrics that reflected her journey. At school, Emily's popularity wasn't about being the center of attention, but about the respect she had earned. She used her newfound platform to advocate for kindness, often speaking at assemblies about the harm of bullying. Her words, paired with her story, resonated deeply with her peers. The school culture continued to evolve, becoming more inclusive and supportive. Months later, Emily was invited to perform at a regional talent competition. This time, there were no jokes or doubts, just excitement to see her shine. As she took the stage, the audience erupted in cheers before she even sang a note. Her performance, once again, left everyone in awe, and she won first place. The trophy was nice, but the real reward was knowing how far she'd come. The competition win opened even more doors. Emily was offered a recording opportunity by a small indie label, and she eagerly accepted. In the studio, she poured her heart into every track, determined to share her music with the world. Her debut single, titled Unexpected, told her story of overcoming doubt and finding her voice. When the song was released, it quickly gained traction online. Listeners connected with its message, and Emily's fan base grew. She received messages from people who said her music had helped them through tough times. Humbled by the impact, Emily vowed to keep creating songs that inspired and uplifted. Despite her rising fame, Emily remained grounded. She continued attending school, prioritizing her education and friendships. Her teachers admired her work ethic, and her peers looked up to her not just for her talent, but for her humility. She often reminded everyone that her journey had begun with a simple moment of courage. As graduation approached, Emily reflected on how much had changed since that fateful talent show. She had gone from being the butt of a joke to a role model, all because she dared to share her gift. In her valedictorian speech, she spoke about the power of believing in oneself and the importance of lifting others up. Her words left the audience as speechless as her voice once had. After graduation, Emily pursued music full-time, signing with a larger label and touring nationally. Her concerts were sellouts, and her albums received critical acclaim. Yet she never forgot her roots, often returning to her old school to perform for free and mentor students. She wanted to give others the encouragement she had once needed. Years later, Emily established a foundation to support young artists from underprivileged backgrounds. The organization provided scholarships, instruments, and performance opportunities, ensuring that talent like hers would never go unnoticed. Her story came full circle as she helped others find their voices. Looking back, Emily often thought about that day in the auditorium. What had been meant as a joke had become the defining moment of her life. It taught her that sometimes the very things meant to break us can become our greatest strengths. She hoped her story would inspire others to embrace their uniqueness. No matter the odds, Emily's journey proved that talent and resilience can turn even the darkest moments into something beautiful. From a shy girl asked to sing as a joke to a celebrated artist, she showed the world the power of authenticity and perseverance. And though her voice had left a room speechless once, it now echoed in the hearts of millions, a reminder that greatness often lies where we least expect it.